Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hello. I hope that the reflection on my glasses is not too bad. Sorry, it's very sunny outside. First of all, Happy New Year. I hope you start 2023 on a good note. It's almost end of Jan already, so hopefully you have a good first month. I hope you haven't given up on your New Year's resolutions yet. Now, so what has been going on? I am renovating a little bit a house. It is not my house because wouldn't that be nice? But no, it's not my house. I will be renovating a little bit in exchange for me staying here for a little bit. And right now, this is the bedroom that I'm sleeping in. This is my stuff. Sorry. That's why I'm standing here, so you can't really see that the bed is not really tip-top made. You might see some holes in the back, like these white spots. That's from me filling in the holes, and now I need to repaint the room. I have already painted the ceiling a few days ago, and now I'm gonna be painting the walls. And I thought, why not take my YouTubers along, my YouTube family? Hello. And then we can exchange on, I don't know, 2022 maybe, and what we've learned from 2022 and what we will take into the new year. That could be a nice start. I know it's gonna be late-ish in the year that I release this video because it's gonna be post New Year's, but maybe it will be a reminder to stick to your New Year's resolutions, and maybe it will push some of you to go back to your New Year's resolution, or just spur you on to stay on your resolutions. I'm gonna start with doing some taping. So, by the way, I need to clean here as well. One thing I've learned from 2022 is to really trust my instincts and trust myself, even if everyone else tells me differently. I had seen something on Instagram that said you can start over at any time. You just have to choose to start over. You don't need to move anywhere. And I never really understood that saying until I moved away, and then I understood what it meant. It can be easier to get a new start if you move away and you're in a new surrounding and you give it your all and everything. But if your problems are transferable in the sense that they're not linked to one place, but rather maybe to your mind or people who you are still in contact with and stuff like that, moving won't really help you because they will follow you. So in my case, I really wanted to take some time off to think about my career and think about where I was going and, you know, be creative, take some time for myself. This is staying stuck, so that's going to be hell to take off. Great. You see, this is why when you're done painting, you take off the tape. You don't wait for the paint to dry, because otherwise the tape starts sticking to everything and then it becomes impossible to take it off. So now the problem is that I need the ladder that the camera is on to do these things. I have learned a lot of things from 2022. I have learned that having a perfect track record on your career is not the most important thing in the world because things change very quickly. There's some things that happened at my old workplace that mean that I don't think I would have had a job now anyway if I had stayed. Again, you could say like, oh, maybe I should have stayed and I maybe would have gotten a payout to leave, but you can't really know for sure, and I don't want to speculate because it's just, it's not like it's done now, and speculating on whether or not I would have gotten a payout if I had stayed is just irrelevant because it's in the past. And as a good friend of mine once told me, there's no point in crying about spilt milk. Okay, let's continue here. Okay, how do I'm just gonna start with up here. I left London, but started thinking about potentially coming back. Now, all of the people I know and care about in London were all telling me to come back. My family was all campaigning for me to stay in Denmark. I don't think people were having bad intentions in their heart when they said whatever it is that they said. It's more to say that people had opinions, and I asked everyone for their opinion, which is again something I shouldn't have done, because then I was so overwhelmed with everyone else's opinion that I couldn't hear myself anymore. And what I did was actually I took a decision, and I didn't tell anyone my decision for a month. I really wanted to make sure that the decision I took was for me and only for me, and even if other people don't understand it or disagree, it's what I really want. Now, when it comes to my career, this is also very similar. I wanted to leave that job for a very long time, and I was facing pressure not to leave my job, because obviously it's scary. It's, you know, taking a risk and a gamble, and what if you do need to get a job again? Like, you don't know how long it's going to take, and maybe you get into a situation like now where there's a recession where it's much harder to get a new job than previously. Maybe you want to get a new job, but it's the wrong time of the year, such as it's close to Christmas and people don't hire over Christmas. So I was actually very much, by people very close to me, I was discouraged to leave my job, and I was generally met with incomprehension when I said I want to replace my job with creative thinking and creative outlets and creative projects, because, you know, how many musicians live off their music? 0.000001? I don't know, but not a lot of people. So what happened was I was talked out of quitting my job for actually quite a few years. Now, granted, my plan was also interrupted because of the pandemic, but the pandemic was also used to say, you don't know what can happen in the future, so you should rather play it safe and do what you know, which is do your job. So that was always very fast. Oh, okay. This is why you shouldn't pull too long a tape, because then they get like all tangled up. Also, I apologize for my feet, but I have this thing that when I renovate, I like to be barefoot. Makes me feel more in control. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's some sort of psychology behind it, but yeah, I just like to have bare feet. Now I have taped up all the edges. Let me see, can I show this? Like here, I've taped up all the, because this is gonna be, this is gonna be a different color to this. Again, you see, this is also why I like to work barefoot, because I can then clamp my feet and hold on to this while I open. Also, another little tip that I use is when I paint the edges, I don't like using this stuff because it's quite big, and I know you can buy smaller ones, but I find it's quite heavy. To carry this on the ladder, or like hold this while you paint, is a bit difficult while you're balancing on the ladder, at least for me. So I use these disposable plastic plates. Also a very bad thing is I opened the paint pot, but I didn't put the paint onto the plastic because I don't want any marks on the wall or on the floor. Right, now we're gonna just mix a little bit. I have a question that I want to ask my lovely audience. Does anyone paint in satin colors? Because I have found that whenever I'm painting over a satin color, but I've never painted a satin color unless it's like a bathroom or something and it has to be a specific like moist resistant color, but otherwise I always paint matte colors. So I wonder if this is like a trend that people used to have like these glossy walls, or if it's just me that doesn't like glossy walls. Like, let me know in the comment sections. Maybe I'm just, oh! See, that was too much color. Last year I finished my studies, and I had studied part-time for 3 years next to my full-time job. I was quite exhausted from all that effort I put into my master's degree, and this is another reason why I needed a break. And in the end I also overestimated how much I could do in my break, and I really needed to have some like time to relax and just not do anything, just for my mind to I guess come back and just switch into a different gear. You don't need to be productive all the time. At least I try to encourage myself to not take everything so damn serious and not always think, what have I achieved today? Show me on paper what you've achieved. So in the end, I'm glad I listened to my instincts, and I did quit my job, and I did take some time off to relax and I guess not do too much and just question myself and find myself in this whole process. I guess this was it. I will leave you with these thoughts until the next video. Let me know in the comment sections below what you've learned from your biggest lesson from 2022 and what you're taking into the new year. Let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video of me painting while I talk to you. Remember to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Ciao!